You need to know.
Netflix buffering, YouTube spinning, devices not connecting, Zoom calls dropping. It's frustrating. Let's end your frustration by signing up for fiber internet in Clinton. Click the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
From the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this expanded morning newscast. Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard. You're listening to the WHOW Morning Show. Last month, DeWitt County provided notices to Clinton, Farmer City, and Wapella that the current intergovernmental agreements regarding animal control will be coming to an end. The county has reiterated its willingness to renegotiate the IGAs, and at Thursday night's DeWitt County Public Safety Committee meeting, County Clerk Dee Rentmeister provided the committee with the full documentation of the current IGAs so that they can be reviewed.
While Grace is up here, so I asked Dee to provide full copies of the 3 intergovernmental agreements we have, the Clinton, Farmer City, and Wapella. One of the documents I had was dated December of 2016, which led me to believe that we could re-up these coming forward. That document was not a correct one. Actually, the village of Wapella renewed in July for another 3 years, and Clinton just renewed for another 3 in August. And so there's nothing we can do with those 2 at this point in time.
Clinton and Wapella have renewed their IGAs with the county in recent months, which means the county will have to wait to renegotiate those. Myers indicates that Farmer City's IGA is still on the table. Animal Control Administrator Grace Moore also reached out to the McLean and Macon counties to gauge interest.
Farmer City is available to take a look at, and along with that, I wanted to ask Grace, you've also heard from any additional municipalities that had an interest?
I reached out to McLean County because they are or have been in the middle of moving to a new facility. They have not gotten back to me, which understandable, super busy. And I think I tried reaching out to Macon County as well, but they also have not gotten back to me. So that's.
Yeah. And I think, like for the United County Councils, can we reach out to them and find out if other counties have IGAs in place, what their fee structure is? I think Weldon and Kenny have both expressed an interest. And so what I'd like to propose, so we know where there's 2 that we can't effect at this time, but I think we'll reach out to Farmer City and possibly with Weldon, wherever else you're having to do calls for. You've been out to Kenny, you've been out to Weldon, you've been out to Weldon, and see if we can work with those guys that are interested to get something in place that is, I think, more equitable across the board.
Myers also asked Moore for her input on her responsibilities when it comes to the IGAs. She says that those are also up for discussion as the agreements are renegotiated.
Also need some input from Grace in regards to things that duties you're performing, for these IGAs that we can maybe adjust what's creating the most amount of burden for the staff. And so I'd like to propose that if you guys can take a look and read through these, they're fairly identical, I believe, aren't they, Dee? Pretty close in verbiage. Yeah. And then I'll reach out to the contact at Farmer City that you work with and have them come to the table and start some conversations about what we should get in place. In the meantime, if you can see if any other counties have that available. That's, along with Grace, I've had some hard times finding people that have these in place that really seem like they've been well thought through and the fee structure is manageable. A couple of counties I talked to charge per incident, which to me becomes very difficult. I think for each time you go out and do something, you have to assess hourly. It was pretty cumbersome. So I wanted for each of you all to have a chance to take a look at these in their entirety. Dee, if you can check and see, and Grace and I will continue to work to find other counties that may have these in place. And then I'll reach out to Scott and Farmer City, and I guess we'll need to find it Weldon or Waynesville, Kenny, anybody else. And if you guys could come to the next public safety with some thoughts in regards to what we should be getting in place.
Myers recognizes that municipalities do pay some county taxes. However, she says that animal control services are not figured into those dollars. She also cites stray animals as a big cost for the county, which does not recoup money because there was no one to receive a citation.
I know we've had some comments about the municipalities do pay some county taxes, but animal control is not figured into that. And so all these additional fees that we're incurring are ending up with some serious overages. And also they do have the fee structure where if Grace is able to write a citation for $100, but there's a lot of instances where there's no citation to be written. If they go out on call, especially with strays, you can't write a citation to someone for strays. And that's kind of incurs a lot of costs for those. So we need to figure out something that is going to work better, take some of the burden off animal control, and alleviate some of the costs for the county. So if you guys can put your thinking hats on, anything that we come across, I'll have Dee share with the committee. And then we'll try and get that done. So next month we can sit down with the municipalities and say, help us start brainstorming through this.
Moore suggested an idea she received from the Peoria County Animal Control, and that is multi-pet licensing. This would put a limit on the number of pets a resident could have unless they renew a yearly license that allows them more.
And Grace has come across, we're trying to go through and look at our animal ordinances and see where we can clean those up. I think another part of the IGAs is that we need to make sure that these, like the requests going forward, that their ordinances align with the county ordinances for animal control, which will make things easier for animal control. She's got one set of ordinances to enforce. I know Clinton has some unusual ones, like what's the one they have their D if somebody's being inconvenienced, and so they
can just bring it to the
yeah. So I think to clean a few of those things up. But one of the things that she has provided to me from, I believe, Peoria County.
Yeah.
If you want to go ahead and explain.
So essentially Peoria County has it's called a multi-pet license. So if, say, the city of Peoria has a 4-pet limit, but you want to have more pets than that, they can apply through their animal control program to be able to have more animals. So they would pay a fee I think they would submit the application, pay the fee, and then it would go through a process. So as long as all your current animals are registered with the county and, current with vaccinations, they'll move on to like a home visit portion of that. And then if they pass all of that, then they are able to have all those animals. And then they would then reapply the following year for, I'm going to say the first year is 25 and then the next year is like 10 or something like that they pay. So they would just reapply every year to be able to have those animals without having any issues with the county as far as number of pets or like the city or something. So I thought that was something that I know a lot of people in the area do have more than the 4 allotted pets, at least within the city limits. So it'd be something that would also bring in additional revenue.
Committee member John Wirtz inquired if the multi-pet licensing would apply to the entire county or just the incorporated areas, but Moore indicates she was unsure and would have to do more research. The committee will take the IGAs back up at next month's public safety meeting once they have had more time to review them. It's back to the highways and interstates across Illinois for the Illinois Manufacturers Association as a part of their Makers on the Move statewide bus tour. The goal? Bringing the top talent to manufacturers across the state, all while highlighting the diverse portfolio of Illinois manufacturing. Sarah Hartwick is the IMA Senior Vice President and Corporate Board Secretary.
This is, to your point, just an incredible opportunity to highlight all of those amazing products that are made in Illinois, many of which Illinois citizens know and a lot of which they don't. So this is our 4th annual bus tour, traveling over 2,000 miles across the state to bring awareness to those manufacturers and celebrate the employees and the career opportunities. We have a number of tours at the stops. This year we will have over 30 stops, and we kick off on Friday, October 3rd. We stop at manufacturing facilities and celebrate the employees, thank the employees and the manufacturers, which are often the backbones of the economy in those communities. And we also get the opportunity to tour a lot of the facilities and see how a lot of the really cool things in Illinois are made.
To celebrate the 7 days, key elected officials ride aboard the Makers on the Move bus, wrapped and designed around Illinois manufacturing. In 2024, the statewide bus tour visited 45 different stops to learn more about the state's manufacturing. To learn more about the tour, visit makersonthemove.org. Get news anytime from your computer or your mobile device, all free, all the time, right at your fingertips at DeWittDailyNews.com.
With corn rootworm costing farmers up to $1 billion a year, you need the right strategy. Introducing Durastack Trait Technology.